Welcome to the channel. Presented by the Beeline Entertainment, LLC. Enjoy the show.
People, what's good? Yo, check it out. Welcome to the Beeline ENT, LLC. What we got for you? First off, we got the Beeline Webshow on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, talking a little of everything. Then we got Straight Through the Ropes, STR, baby, Wrestle Talk, where we talk all things pro wrestling. Next up, we got the Show Off Show, that's right, the Beeline ENT Entertainment. And then on Sunday nights, we going live on the line with that group panel discussion. Check us out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Also, pick up some merch. The Beeline ENT LLC. Let's go.
Hey, Brian B, come here, man. Come here. Yeah, what do you want, Brian B? Listen, bro, relax with the glasses, all right? Listen. Between me and you, yo, I don't want everybody to know. I don't want anybody else to know. Just between me and you, I want you to tell them that I'm trying to go live on TikTok, all right? Do me a solid, bro. I'm trying to go live on TikTok. I just need you to tell the people, but I don't want everybody. Look, Brian B, my eyes don't work too well, but my ears are great. And what you're saying is you want everybody to follow you on TikTok? Sure diddly do. I can do that for you. Bro, I didn't want everybody to know. Just some people. A phooey you don't want people to know. Everybody should know. Check it out. Your boy Brian B is trying to go live on TikTok, baby. Follow the Beeline ENT. Head on over to my channel. We got a lot of content. I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I'm going to be doing a lot more. Check us out. Follow us, the Beeline ENT LLC. I'll see you there.
You're now listening to the 1130 podcast. Enjoy the show.
1130 podcast. Dre and Willsy is the new one. New with me. Yeah. I'm from the city. Yeah. See, that's real.
WTW Wrestle Talk Wednesdays.
Check it out. First at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we got the Commission Talks, baby. Me, Brian B., Warren Marlowe, the American Prodigy, and of course, your man Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast, talking that wrestling. Yeah, join us Wednesdays. And after that, of course, you got STR Nation, baby. Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. Brian B., Slim, Lay, Ray, that's right. Come join us. Leave your comments, fantasy book, and show the world who you care about in pro wrestling. Wednesday nights, WTW. Let's go. People, check it out. Are you looking for great content? You want to laugh? You want to talk about some serious stuff? Hey, whatever you're looking for, I guarantee you can find it at Opulence Radio, a black-owned radio station with great content. Check out all the shows. Yeah, it's a lot to talk about. Enough for you to enjoy. Check out Opulence Radio at www.opulenceradio.com. Download the apps today.
Is stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you.
Get more W. That Gentlest energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing, is there for you. Enter that promo code BRIANBNRG and get 10% off your order today. Get more W, get more power.
Yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are the only one. 'Cause there's something special about you.
This is a dance you do when you don't got nothing else to do. Yo, what's good? Hey, people, it's me, Brian B. We back at it. Check it out, guys. It's another Tuesday. It's the Beeline Web Show. It's time to get on the line. That's right. Yo, check it out, man. If you guys don't notice, the number at the top says number 97. This is episode 97 of the Beeline Web Show. Check it out, man. We are about to hit 100 episodes of the Beeline Web Show. That's right. Listen, I'm so excited about hitting 100 episodes. We're going to do something very special for the 100th episode of the Beeline Web Show. From this point on, I can definitely tell you that we are going to have an episode every single Tuesday so we can hit that big 100 for your ass. Check it out, guys. I hope you guys had a really great week, man. There's a lot of shit going on, but there's always a lot of shit going on. It doesn't matter. We got a guest with us in the room tonight. Yo, we bringing it back to the old school ways we doing things here on the Beeline ENT. But if you guys, if you didn't know, if anybody's having a little trouble, anybody needs a little help, or anybody needs little things, get at us at TikTok. If you've seen our videos and stuff like, we trying to grow on TikTok a lot, man. We doing top fives over there. We doing Wrestle Talk over there. We doing a lot of stuff over there. We just had the World Rumble. We got SDR. Yo, listen, we got mad shit going on. But it's the Beeline Web Show, the OG show that started it off. If you ain't know, now you know. Before we do anything, we must do this. Let's go!
Straight to the point, baby.
It's going down in
3, 2, 1.
People, that's your boy!
Brian B.
Let's go.
Back on the Beeline. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Is the influence you have.
Again with strangers!
You gotta be a clean baby's ass.
Hold on real quick.
Knows the hands of fate.
People, it's your boy, Brian B. Welcome to the Beeline Web Show. Let's go! Yep. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you do all that stuff that you do on the internet to start watching people and getting information for how you watch people and all that stuff. Hey, check it out, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching us over these years. It's been amazing. We're doing nothing but growing and showing and doing more than that. Yeah, but we do have a guest today. We got a guest, and we are going to get an invitational look directly into the blurred point of view, perspective, baby. And he's going to be very entertaining guest tonight. I hope you guys are ready for that. I haven't had an interview. Really, I've had a couple podcasts on and stuff like that, but this is actually going to be a nice interview for you guys. Guys, really entertaining. And as soon as I met him, I was like, man, I got to talk to you. I got to pick your brain a little bit. So without further ado, we going to bring on my man, the Blerdicorn himself, the Frosty Blerdicorn. I think I'm saying it right. We got my guy, Mr. Navy, Montel. What up, Montel?
Yo, you are more hyped than I am, and most of the time, and I'm loving this, man. Yo,
Yes,
this dude's
sir.
got like 17-hour commercials and stuff, just hyping up everything. Let's go. Yo, what's up, nephew? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Thank you so much for coming on. I was looking forward to this all day, man. I wanted to talk to you. Guys, look at the background. Y'all usually see my background. You're like, oh, what's that over there? But look at this back. You'll spend all episode just trying to see exactly what he got back there. You got a lot going on.
Everybody
Montel,
says that. I don't know what it is. Everyone's like, what you got behind you? Oh, you don't want to talk to me now? You want to move?
Bruh.
Okay, fine. Here, see everything. There you go. Now we're getting back to me because all y'all suck. Okay.
Yo,
here we go.
I love that, man. I love the atmosphere when you do a show, man. That's one of the biggest things that I wanted to accomplish, when I started doing this. If you look back at our early episodes, like, oh, we had like a curtain and like a banner. I mean, I guess that's decent, I guess.
But I dig your background. Yo, y'all, the first time I saw his background, I was like, okay, I see he qualifies all
Listen,
over the
bro.
place. Bravo, Sha. Bravo.
Thank
I
you so
approve
much.
of this. The only thing, I was expecting to have a slab comic on the background too, somewhere between the lights. Have a slab comic. I was like, if you had a slab comic, bruh.
Listen, I'm about to find one now. You just put it up there.
And they, you know what? They come down a lot too.
Yeah.
So, hey, they're easy to get, but thank you for inviting me on, man. Like you said,
Yes,
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you. We definitely gonna pick your brain a little bit, Montel. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the floor here for a second. Just let you introduce yourself, your show and what you do, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions to get to know you a little bit better on the episode here. First off, who's my man sitting on the thing? I'm trying to see him. Who's my man sitting on the microphone?
You mean Blue Beetle?
Oh, that is Blue Beetle. That's his
Ted
old school.
Cord. That's Ted Cord. That was the Blue Beetle a lot of people knew about, but what a lot of people don't realize that there were 3 iterations of the Blue Beetle.
Got me. Look, you already teaching me shit. Listen, listen. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it because I got some questions. I got some questions for real. But go ahead. Navy Montel, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Tell us where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it is your frosty bearded Blerdicorn here. My name is Montel. I am a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, podcaster. I am on Instagram. I am one of the biggest blurs around. I am the creator of the Blerdicorn Convos, which is a show I do on IG. This will be our 4th year doing this show where I spotlight blurred creators from every end of the spectrum. And from every level of fame. I am not big on your fame. Good for you. Congratulations. I don't care about that. Where did you get your journey? How has your journey progressed? Where did you first? And then we get into the conversation. It's never an interview. It's always a conversation. I'm part of that 1/2 of Blerdicorn Speaks podcast. I'm 1/6. I got to keep up the numbers of the Blurred's Eye View crew. Let's go. They're in the middle of doing something right now. And I was like, oh, I gotta be, because I was supposed to be there for a little while.
Yeah.
And I end up being called to duty. And that's why I was like, I'm gonna be a little late. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Big shout out to Blur's Eye View. I definitely want to have them on. I would love to have all you guys on at once, to kind of talk and pick your brains a little bit. But I really appreciate it. What you saying? My boy Beard puts Ron Isley Beard to shame. Get him.
I will take that. Man,
bro, how long has that beard been growing there?
If I told you, you wouldn't even believe me, man.
Man, listen, I don't know how people do it. I'll be cutting my shit by accident. I mess up my shape up.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you my secret too. But I actually started growing this beard early 2022.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's about 3 years.
Actually longer than this, but the longer it got, the more Captain Cavemanish it became. So I had to take it back. Otherwise, I'd walk out the door going, and you're like, what the
bro?
hell?
I'm trying to tell you, it'd be weird when you see those people that have like the beard, and because when your stuff gets longer, it starts getting in your mouth when you eat, and it's like you can't control it. I catch myself all the time now, like trying to make sure I don't have hair in my food. Like it should be bugging me, like because like my hair grows and I'm scratching it. Like, oh, listen, I can't be eating hair all day and shit.
You're recycling it, bro. That's all it is. It's all a recycle phase. That's all it is. You're putting it right back where it belongs. It's just going to serve a different purpose. That's all.
For real.
But I've been, this beard has actually become iconic because at one point I didn't have it. I started trying to do it at the end of the pandemic. Well, towards the end of the pandemic, because I used to have a goatee. If y'all ever go back to my IG and you see my early posts, you're going to see this little carpet little what do they call it, a little carpet sample on my chin, just a little swatch. And then something said, give it a try. But a friend of mine recommended, and I'm gonna tell you my secret, he recommended rice water and Jamaican black castor oil.
Listen, that's definitely a secret because nobody goes to just think of that in their head.
Bro, neither did I. But then I used it every day. I would brush through, comb. I kept a brush. I kept a comb always. Use a cedar wood comb, and it just started growing. And then people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's great!" I said, "I'm gonna shave it off." I never had so many people get mad at me.
Oh yeah, it's a staple, man. It definitely is something. It's definitely an iconic appearance because when you see it, you know it's you immediately, and that is something that's important. Even with like your logo and stuff like that. Like, and I was shopping the the page and everything, and I'm like, yeah, man. As soon as you see the beard, like it's establishment immediately. So I love that. But so Navy Montel. So I wanted to go ahead and break down first off, your name. I wanted to jump in there, Navy Montel. So where did you get that from?
Well, I know it's not an obvious name, but I am retired Navy. I served from 1987, to 2007. So I retired in 2007 after 20 years. So I'm a retired vet.
That's awesome, bro. Well, thank you for your service, of course, and definitely appreciate you having this time with us. It's always interesting to me when people like in the Navy. Whenever I hear anybody in the Navy or like Marines or something, like, it's such like a challenging field, man. You guys go through so much, training and different types of weird tests and obstacles that you have to sit there and face in this situation. But then I see like such a fun guy. You know what I'm saying? You see all the stuff you have, all the toys and collectibles and stuff like that. Is Have you always had that kind of part of yourself, or did you grow into it?
Oh no, I've been a blur since I was 8 years old. Started reading comics at 8. Saturday morning cartoons. That was our shrine. That was my church.
That was it.
The gospel according to ABC, NBC, and CBS. Anime came a little later, but gaming has always been a part of me, more towards the board gaming than the video gaming side.
Gotcha.
Because you didn't have the consoles back when I was a kid. So guess what? When the Atari came out, it was a big deal. When ColecoVision came out, it was a big deal. And television, when that came out, it was a big deal. But guess what? I was raised on games like Sorry and Parcheesi and the Game of Life and that bastard Monopoly and all the. I've seen lives destroyed because
Monopoly will take your life.
Yo, I've never seen a pink $50 bill ruin lives like
for real. We were just playing that shit too. We like the collectible boards where you got like the new ones have like the Ninja Turtles and Batman or whatever. So I like those or whatever, but it's still the same damn game. But you're right, bro.
I have the Black Panther and the Fortnite.
Okay.
Monopoly.
Many people know how to make money
by accident. Yeah, I got those purely by accident. I don't want this. You want it? Yeah, sure, I'll take it. So it's on my gaming shelf right now. But I've been like this all my life. And if you look in the back here, you see all of those boxes. You can't really see. If you can see all of those, that is my entire collection I've had since I was 8 years old.
Comic collection? That's incredible, bro. That's really incredible. I want to dive deeper into that as well. So one of the things
he wants to dive, y'all. I'm scared, so watch out. So whatever happens. If you see bones come out, then it went a little too far.
One of the things now, I don't know, I come from Elizabeth, New Jersey. I was a mixture kind of
Jersey. Oh, I love
Jersey in that building, man.
Love
but
Jersey.
Where you from? Montel?
Originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm a Midwestern boy by nature. I was born in Kentucky, but I was raised in Indiana.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the funny thing is, I was stationed in Jersey for 7 years.
Oh, really? What part?
Yeah, I was in. You may know this because you're from there. I was in Leonardo, not too far from Asbury Park.
I know Asbury Park. I don't know Leonardo.
I was there for 7 years, so I would go there to get my. I would go there to get my comics.
There you go. Listen, as a matter of fact, up there in that area, you have I know that's where what's his name? Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith. He opened his store in Red Bank, New Jersey, his famous comic store. Yeah. Incredible place. I used to travel from Elizabeth, New Jersey. I used to take a bus, a train, and 2 more buses to get to Monmouth Mall up there. I used to work at Monmouth Mall, bro.
Yo,
it's crazy. I love that shit, though.
Y'all don't know about Monmouth Mall in Eatontown. Let's go.
For real.
Let's go. See. Okay, I'm feeling. See, a reason why I'm vibing with you, B. I realize because I don't know what it is. I guess I get along with Jersey folks so good. I love Jersey fam. I love Jersey folks. New York, okay, but Jersey, I'm just saying. Jersey folks, y'all get all that love. I'm just saying.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. I used to do that shit, and I used to love that. And just being able to be in that environment is a completely different environment, man. From where I'm from, and like people pick up on it easily too. And I used to love that job. I did that for almost 3 or 4 months, man. I was just traveling back and forth. I was getting paid decent just to do that and being a leather coat store and just having fun. But one of the things that I want to say, because I'm from like I said, I didn't really know the history of the BLERD community. When I was hearing about it, my girl, she knew right away. I told her, I was like, yeah, it's BLERD, Blerd's Eye View. I thought it was just like something. I didn't even get the comparison to like Black Nerd. And I didn't really understand that was where the abbreviation came from. Yeah. So can you give us a little bit more detail for people who have never heard that before? Like, what exactly is a BLERD? Let's start there.
A BLERD is simply a Black nerd put together. We have created our own, so it was a phrase. Is actually the first time you heard the word BLERD was on the show Scrubs.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so if you ever go back to that, one of the characters actually called his cousin a blerd as he was talking about him, and that's where the word came from. But it started building strength and momentum over the years, because for the longest time, anyone of color that wanted to be part of the anything that was anything of those any of a part of those fandoms, science fiction, fantasy, comics, cartoons, anime, cosplay, conventions, gaming, anything like that.
Yeah.
As Black folk, we're always been told that that's not the lane that we switch in. And I'm sitting there thinking, why not? Why not? Our minds are just as sharp and strong and creative. We can be just as passionate. If anything, I think Black folk, I think blurs are way more passionate about the things they love, more so than anybody else. And shout out to my Latino family, because Latinx is just as ferocious about it as well. So you already know,
Yeah.
you gonna get it on either side.
Oh yeah.
And as blurs, we take this as pride. We are proud of who we are, because we are unique. We're special. We love who we love. We inspire. We motivate. We create. But again, you have people who seem to think that being a blerd is childish. It's not something you should take seriously. And I think, well, you realize a lot of the things that you happen to gravitate to were created by blerds. Comics, games, content, are done by blerds. Now, I can't speak for the people who do all the reality stuff, which really doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah, me neither.
But you can't sit here and get mad that you're tired of the same thing, but you're not willing to explore all options and possibilities because you're stuck in that same lane. So as blerds, we want to be seen as creative. We want to be seen as passionate, and we are quick to bring people into the fold.
Okay.
If you're passionate about it and you're of a marginalized or an indigenous group, guess what? You're a blerd, straight up, 100% without a fail. That's how I see it. That's how I always see it. If you got melanin in your skin, you don't look like a napkin. Let's go. What's good? Let's do this. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And it's interesting because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to ask that question, because, when I was younger, just like you said, you started off immediately talking about Saturday morning cartoons, talking about comics, and that's been my life forever, man. And I was never one of the kids, because there definitely was, I think it was a little bit easier to see back in the day where it was a little bit more division. Like you saw the kids that were like, you had the geeky kids who really, whatever they wanted to do, they did whatever they was doing. It was more of that lane where it's like they're playing with, doing homework. Well, I don't know. Then you had like, the kids who are just in trouble and shit. That was me. But I always felt like I was on like the like on a whole bunch of different sides, because I chill with the goth kids. I chill with the rough kids. I chill with everybody to a degree. But
we're chameleons.
Yeah, it's like that's why I'm like, damn, maybe I'm a blerd and I just never even knew it, because it's weird now knowing that, the transitions are different. Like, it's not like it's just easy to understand somebody's character or, or kind of, whatever you want to call it. Like, hey, this is the type of person that I am. People struggle more with their identity and stuff like that. I feel now because of social media and the availability to everything, instead of just like Saturday morning cartoons. Wake up, eat your bowl of cereal, and watch cartoons. You can easily identify with that. You can easily identify with sports. You can easily identify with things. But now people are just structured, and well, not really structured, but it's almost chaos, man, because you're consistently always seeing everything. You see everything on social media. You see everything on YouTube. You see everything. So it's not just one thing you can kind of adapt to, but now it's just everything that you can try out and never adapt to anything. So I find that really interesting in today's culture, man.
But the odd part about it is, for the longest time, and a lot of people can speak on this, if you were someone who liked those different elements, if you happen to like everything that we just talked about, you were considered an outcast for the longest time. And then somewhere along the line, somebody famous, popular, rich, whatever, decided to create popular culture. And now you're seeing all these chodes out here wearing Superman shirts who have no idea why they're wearing the shirt. It's just popular. Oh my gosh, I'm a Superman fan. Can we curse on the show?
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
I look at him and go, bitch, what is wrong with you? I
Yeah.
can't, it drives me crazy. And if you ever see this, take a moment. If you ever see a group of people who are faking it, they're trying really, really hard. They're throwing out all of the main characters and catchphrases and all the tropes, and it's right there. And then you come over to the group of people who've been loving it for years and have been embracing it and are very creative. The conversations are different.
So different. You're absolutely right. I remember having a conversation with this guy outside of Walmart. This is one of my other loves, wrestling, passion, super passion.
Oh, let's go. Hold
Wrestling.
on. Before you tell me this story, I gotta ask this important question.
Sure.
To this day, who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Alive or dead?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's no doubt about it. Stone Cold Steve Austin taking there, stomping mud holes. Yeah, Stone Cold's my favorite, bro. Top 5 real quick. Stone Cold, The Rock. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, Triple H, and Kane. Those are my top 5 of all time. That's my era, man. That's my era.
Oh, then I need to show you something really quickly. Hold on.
Please do. Please do. I know you got everything over there. You pull out all the wrestlers.
Don't be calling me out like that, okay?
You got it, bro. You can see, I would love to have your room.
I have a friend of mine who I love dearly, and she is one of the biggest blerds I know, and I love her to death. And she surprised me one day.
Oh, wow. That looks awesome. What?
These are socks.
Oh, those are socks. Damn, I was looking to see if they were like art or if they were Drew.
No, these are socks.
Awesome, bro. Listen, man. Listen.
Because you named 4 out of the 5. I looked over and I was like, bruh, are you serious? Okay.
You got them right there. That's my guys, man. I grew up watching them. I grew up in kind of the middle stage. So I was part of the golden era with Hulk Hogan, and that was the ones I really grew up watching. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, Ric Flair. I grew up with them. But then I transferred into the Attitude Era, and it was like that's where I really grew up, telling people to suck it in school and all of that stuff or whatever. So yeah, that was my period.
And see, for me, if someone asked me that question,
you're going back a little bit, right?
Picture, if you will, a man like the Nature Boy Ric Flair, as he wants to get funky like a monkey. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The man was brilliant in everything he did. His promos. He was not the standard looking wrestler, but he could go. Oh my gosh, Dusty could go.
Yeah, and there was actually a clip out of him. You know, his son just won the Royal Rumble. Back to back.
Cody.
I talk shit about Cody, bro. If you watch STR, I be talking shit, but I love him. I do like him, but it's just my little gripe. But there was actually a clip of Dusty Rhodes playing basketball.
Oh yeah,
and I mean
saw that.
Kicking ass, bro. Like,
boy, he was raining threes. Like, excuse me, boop, and he would just go. It's like,
bro,
that level of
dude, for real.
Yo, them layups. What the? If he dunks, bro, I will pee on myself.
It's talent, man. It's talent. But I was saying all that as far as wrestling goes, because like you said before, like the people who fake it, it's so funny, like dealing with people because they want to kind of fit in. And something, I guess you got to feel bad for them a little bit, like, you know, but it's just like you said, like it's the culture where you come from, and it's the culture of what you're seeing. And this one kid, I was talking to him about wrestling. I said something about wrestling, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I like the guy Ric Flair." And he said, "Woo!" He goes like, "Woo!" Right? And I was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, yeah." If you knew that, you wouldn't ask me. Don't try to fit in, okay? Just if you don't watch wrestling, just tell me you don't watch wrestling. I'll stand here feeling stupid talking to you.
that was on a scale of 1 to 10. That woo is like a 0.5. Woo.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, come on. No, he doesn't do that at all. But I used to love being engaged with people, like, you know, especially when it came out of, like, you know, I was always big into, like, you know, girls. Girls was my shit. Like, I always wanted to be around girls, and even from like younger ages, I had a girl from like kindergarten. But so it's like I always felt weird because I didn't always stick to like the conversation. I didn't do sports, but I was definitely Power Rangers. I was definitely talking Superhuman Cyber Squad. I was one of them motherfuckers, bro. I watch everything, yo. That's what the fact that I'm not into anime now is weird because I've watched everything for so long.
That's because it's not time for you yet. It's not time. The thing a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of us blerds, we transitioned into our passions, into our fandoms when it's time, because it's all about being receptive to it. Most times people are forced into liking something. They're forced into being a part of something. And then that causes a bit of rebellion where they no longer want to be a part of it. And a lot of people don't think of that. If you genuinely love it, you're going to follow into that. You're going to follow that path to learn as much about it as you can. And that's how I was for the longest time. There are things that I didn't know until later in life, but I had a desire to learn. And as a blerd, it was already against me. Like, best example, Dungeons and Dragons. I played Dungeons and Dragons from 16 years old till now. My first group, I was the only black kid in the group. The only one. But I didn't get the side eye, didn't get looked at all crazy because everybody knew me.
Yeah.
You know, I was who I was. I was wearing hand-me-downs and second hands, but I didn't let that be what people knew me by. They knew me by my intellect. They knew me by my personality. They knew me by my positive attitude all the time. Awesome. And I had my friends, all my friends, God bless them. And I thank them so much, all of them from then until now, who were with me that love the things I love just as much as they did. And it was one of those, man, that's what little sissies love and blah, blah, blah. And look, I said, okay, 20 years later, I'm still loving the same shit. Where are you? Oh, you're still on the same corner you were at 20 years ago.
You absolutely right, man. And that brings up another good point. I actually was going to ask you stuff like that, like, you know, the different things that, you know, you may have faced as a challenge as a kid, because, you know, I say it to this day. Like, I remember the kids that were sitting in the mall and they were playing, you know, the Magic Gathering cards and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff then, and we're sitting there like, man, listen, we going to get some chicks. I ain't fucking with that right now. But at the same time, I look back on it, like you just said, you see shows like Stranger Things, and you know, and you understand them groups and them collective, you know, mentalities that grow together, grow with each other.
Yeah,
they're lucky enough to be able to stay with each other. It's bonding, man. It's bonding over stuff that you care about, stuff that you're interested in, and you're able to keep them friendships for long time periods. That's incredible, man. I would love to have that.
It's a beautiful thing, especially, and people always. They measure things by time. They measure things by time. And I was like, don't measure it by time, measure it by experience.
Yeah.
Measure it by what you've achieved. Measure it by what you have gone through. Measure it by what you've seen, what you've heard, what you've touched, who you've met. What connections have you formed? What bonds have you established through your life? Can those bonds transcend space and time? Yes, I am a Whovian, so I love Doctor Who. So y'all hear these references, just deal with it, okay?
We rocking with it tonight, y'all.
And I have friends now that I've known since I was a kid. I guarantee you, if I go back to them now, our conversations would never change. In fact, here's a story for you. I have a friend of mine that I grew up with. His name was Kenny. Kenny was the nerdiest white kid in the world, but that was my ace. And both of us love pro wrestling. Every Saturday when World Championship Wrestling would come on TV on TBS, if you know, you know. Okay.
I know.
It'd be on for like 2 and 3 hours. So I would go over to his house. He and I, and this is gonna blow a lot of people's minds. We actually came up with a game system to be a promoter and and we actually played as promoters. During the game, we had our own system with dice. We used G.I. Joe figures. We put together our own pay-per-views, matches, stipulations, special. We did all of that, all on just regular, wide-ruled paper.
That is fucking awesome, man.
And if I thought about it, I think about it then like, wow, we literally came up with the first RPG wrestling system just between the two of us. And that's how deep it was. We knew we couldn't be pro wrestlers. Both of us together about as big as a toothpick. Gotcha. But it's like, okay, yeah, you're small. You're small. But what we loved was everything. We would sit there and go, okay, we got this pay-per-view coming up. Let's do a cage match between Dusty Rhodes and Harley Race in the cage for the title. How's it going to end? And then we figure out how it would end. And then after we did all that, we would roll dice to see how it was going to work out. And then we come up with our own results of the pay-per-view.
Yo, that shit sounds great now. I want to fucking play it right now. That sounds awesome. And it's crazy because it's like, yo, I didn't know we were going to be talking about wrestling on this shit. But listen, like I said, wrestling is the one thing, no matter what. I don't care what's happened since I was a little kid, man. When I stopped watching it for a little bit, it was a very slim little bit, I still kept up with it. I still knew who was champion. I still knew everything going on. And then I got right back into it. And I'm super involved in it now. But it's crazy you say that, man, because I remember, like, getting the games. I've had almost every single game since, Nintendo. And I remember getting those games and me and my cousins taking paper and, let's do this match with him. And then we'll do this match with him and you be him. And we'll see who be on N64, on everything. And we used to go dive so deep into that shit. Mortal Kombat too, like all those different things. Yo, we'll do Sub-Zero. You got this. We'll have tournaments and bro, listen, man. That was the yo. You got me reminiscing, bro, because that was the life, man. Hey, Montel, you got kids, bro?
I have 4. I have
4 kids.
Yes, 3 of them are over the age of 30, and I have a 15-year-old.
Okay. The 15-year-old, what I'm saying? Like, I know that, they come from a different time period. I got 2 12 going on 13-year-olds, and I got a 5-year-old. And coming from the time period, man, I tell my kids, I also try to get my son, especially, I try to get him into this shit that I was into. I was into the Hulk, Batman, my favorite superheroes of all time, Hulk and Batman. So everything that's Hulk and Batman, I try to get my son into Spider-Man, different things like that or whatever. The first thing I put him on, and I was so happy, I was the happiest dad on the planet, because they had the old Hulk cartoon from UPN 9, the one where he's kicking everybody's ass.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I used to put that shit on, and my son used to stop everything and watch that, especially the opening. I'm saying it, Beeline, one of the best animated cartoon superheroes openings of all time. That Hulk, when he's just destroying everything, the whole thing. That shit, I love that shit. My son, he was into it, and I was trying to get him into it, and he was going around after I showed him that Hulk smash, everything. But it's like, now it's weird because like I said before, like the kids they don't get into things like that as much. Like I can't tell you like what my son and my daughter are into like that. Not because I don't pay attention to them. It's just they have like so many different things that it's nothing like wrestling. I want the wrestling shoes. I want the wrestling socks. I want, what I'm saying? Like, it's weird.
It's if you have to think about it too, and this also goes for being a blerd as well. Technology has made it so easy to get into things. It's no longer a challenge to learn about it. It's no longer a challenge to become a part of it. You and I grew up with a generation where we may not have had a whole lot of things, but we were determined to find it. We wanted to know more. We had a thirst for that knowledge. You're a Hulk fan. Okay, I want to find Hulk #1. I want to get that original comic. I want to get the comics all down the line. I want to get whatever I can collectible wise. And that is a thirst that a lot of these young folks don't have because everything is so easily accessible. Yeah. Everything is accessible. Trust me. You look at my collection right now, I tell you, I have hustled, I traded, I chatted up, I purchased, I did all types of stuff. These comics have survived 2 ex-wives. When I tell you these are survivors, just like their owner, owner.
Oh,
trust me. But I had a love for comics and I wanted to know more. So I was willing to sit down and listen to other people. And as time went on and technology advanced, but it was an innate knowledge and not having access to, okay, I'm going to go to Wikipedia and learn about this. There's no challenge in that.
Nope.
I'm just going to go online and learn about da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I'm going to go watch a video about this on Facebook. I saw this on Instagram. I saw this on X. It's made them so lazy that they don't want to find out about it. And then the conversations, you already know, the conversations themselves are so dull because either they know nothing or they know everything There's no middle ground. There's no, let me respect you for what you know. Let me show you what I know. And let's
Yeah.
have a give and take. Let's have a give and take conversation. Back in the day, you know this as well as I do. And some of y'all out here watching understand this. When fighting games came out, your boys, your folks will come over to your house, and it was okay. First two on the stick. Whoever lose, give up the stick. Go to the next person.
Right.
Whoever lose, give up the stick. Go to the next person. There was no animosity. There was no hatred. There was no cursing. There was no I'm gonna take your family out. It was none of that BS. It was none of that BS. It was dope because you wanted to see who was king of the mountain.
Yep.
But it was so much fun because there was a camaraderie about it. And
Yeah.
at the core of being a blerd, there is a camaraderie. There is a genuine joy when you connect with other people. And not only do y'all share that, but you're willing to find out more together. And it's scary that kids now have so much accessible to them that they're desensitized.
Yeah, man.
They've become lazy. And someone will sit there, what do you mean become lazy? How many kids out here? And I call them kids because I'm 55. So me, everybody's a kid. I don't care. You could be in your 40s and you still young. I don't even care. So shut up.
Yeah.
I go to conventions.
Yeah.
Conventions are gatherings and celebrations of the things that we love.
Yeah.
If you mention a convention to someone who calls himself a blerd and they're really not, they won't have a clue what you're talking about. Or they say, oh yeah, I heard about Comic-Con. The most commonly used phrase, term out here. Yeah, I've been to Comic-Con, but you can't have a conversation with like, yeah, I went to San Diego Comic-Con. Word? Yo, what was that all about? I want to go to New York Comic-Con. Yo, I want to go down to Florida, go to MegaCon or go to DragonCon in Atlanta. And again, it's a culture.
Yeah.
But people aren't willing to see it for themselves. They want to see it on social media first.
You want to see it? Yeah, absolutely right. I fully agree with you.
They want to see it there first before they experience it. But by that point, the experience is ruined because they already had this preconceived notion in their head. They want to look like that, just like BBLs.
Yeah.
You see them damn things. I don't like them. I like a natural bootay. Okay.
Yeah.
BOOTAY. Bootay. That's what I like. I like whatever came out of her mama. Okay. That's all I want. I want to know about what they came down from Maria Conchita Alonso's cosmetic surgery in Miami, and you come back like, you packing a 1994 Ranger in your backside.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
The hell, woman.
Ain't
There's
nobody
nothing pretty about that.
No,
dude, if you
not.
skinny and look like somebody stuck a candle up on the back of your
yeah, I don't know like the delusion, man. The delusion that's got these people over here destroying themselves. I mean, it's weird. That's a whole nother freaking story. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I like the same thing, man. It's a good point because I've wondered that too, because just I have my kids and I try really hard to develop that character, man. I tell my son all the time, I want you to get into this because it does develop character. It gives you a sense of who you are. It gives you a sense of people that you want to be around. I mean, it sounds silly. Like you said, you opened up with it and you said like people might make fun of you because you still collect this or collect that. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? I'm funny. I've loved what I love. I have a fucking passion for what I love. Like, what do you have? You know what I'm saying? Some people find it in sports. You know, some people, and I don't knock anybody. Some people find it in sports. For me, people ask me that shit all the time. Like, hey, I think somebody said to me recently, was like, hey, how do you not like, football? And it's not that I don't like it, but I can't watch it. I'm not running to watch football. But a wrestling match or a UFC match or even a superhero movie or, you know what I'm saying? I'm running to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it comes out, wherever I can see it, I'm running to watch it. That's my shit. That's my shit.
That part. And it's always funny. You mentioned something really, really important, very, very pivotal. That there are people who are passionate about sports. Maybe they're passionate about cars. Maybe they're big on things that are considered normal. But when they ask you if you're interested and you tell them no, they're quick to insult you or to say, what is wrong with you? Why don't you watch football? I'm not interested in watching a bunch of scantily clad dudes from head to toe beat the shit out of each other. I can get that in wrestling.
Really?
And the best part about it is they're not prima donnas. They're not prima donnas, and they work all year round, not just for a few months out of the year. Hey, we're gonna go for the title. That's great, but guess what? When your season's over, you fuckers go home.
That's true.
And like you said, I don't disparage sports fans by all means, but most of the vitriol that I've seen are coming from those people who look at you and I.
Yeah.
And we look like four-eyed aliens with antenna. It's like, wait, you read comic books? I haven't read a comic book since I was blah blah blah. Okay, that's
that
great.
shit right there. Yup.
Yeah.
And wrestling. They do that with wrestling too. You still watch wrestling? Still watch wrestling? Of course. Motherfucker, like they don't go nowhere.
So yeah, Jed Clampett. Okay, you Beverly Hills out there. Y'all be bugging. Good grief. Bro. And be our own people though. That's what makes it work. Be our own people. And the old heads are quick to try to say that it's childish, that it's immature. Okay. But what are you bringing to the table that's going to have a legacy and a longevity?
Yes.
I don't see that. I don't see that. If you bring history, cool. If you bring intellect and you want to have a conversation about something important to the Black community, cool. But understand this. It's not a singular road. Everybody's passions branch off into different roads. You come to a crossroads, you come to a fork in the road. You decide on what you want to do. This is me. This is you. This is all of us who cosplay. We sit down playing board game, Magic the Gathering. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm waiting for someone to come at me because I play Yu-Gi-Oh! At 55. Oh, fuck y'all. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'll pull all 17 of my decks out and beat your ass. And then I'll even give you a chance to pick a deck and I'll beat your ass with it again. So don't try me. Don't try me.
Go. My daughter might give you a run for your money, but my daughter, she is all Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. She loves that shit, man.
How old is she?
Super into it. She's going on 13.
Okay, she'll be my youngest opponent ever.
Yeah. But she's real, like, she's a little autistic, so it's like she catches on, like she loves that stuff, man, so much.
But it's appealing to her, and it brings a passion to her. Yeah. Her eyes light up when you talk about it, right?
For real.
You show it, and that's what some people fail to understand. Yeah, sports and everything is fine, but someone asked me, what's so great about Dungeons and Dragons? And I said, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a conversation with your folks and they tell you that you don't have the skills to do certain things and you need to learn these skills in order to survive and to be prosperous and everything? And they say, yeah. I said, Dungeons and Dragons brings critical thinking, imagination, storytelling, mathematical skills, strategic thinking, leadership skills. It brings all of that to the table while using organization, clerical, all of that.
Yeah.
And when you break it, I actually had to break this down and went, oh shit, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because most people don't, because it doesn't fit into their comfort zone.
Yeah, man. And a lot of times I think people just like to kind of talk. People kind of develop their own kind of their own kind of like, mentality towards something without even knowing what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just stigmatized instead of just like actual having knowledge of it. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but it's something that if I had somebody come over to my house and they had it, like, hey, we got a whole thing of board games. Like that's our whole shit. We do karaoke and board games. We got people coming over. That's our life right there.
That's dope.
But I love experiencing new stuff. So I was like, I would sit down and be like, yeah, all right, teach me the rules. Let's go. Like
you would have a blast with it. I think you would lose your total shit. I mean, like, yeah. Let's create a character for B. And there he goes. All right, look at him take off like a rocket. Look at him.
I'm down too.
I'm so proud of him.
I love doing shit like that, man. Let's get into I wanted to get into like some of your, like you said, we had early things. We were talking about, Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that. You told me about Dusty Rhodes. That was somebody. Listen, it's crazy. You say Dusty, and his son is over here kicking ass and wrestling now. And so what was like some of your first beginning cartoons that really got you involved? You getting that bowl of cereal and the Superman or whatever.
Bro, you want me to go back?
Go back, man. I want to see the comparison because I grew up a little bit after you, where it was just like I'm 36, so it's like that time period is there. So, but we're the last ones who had Saturday cartoons and shit because they're gone now.
True. That is true, and
crazy.
It's to me, it's an institution that should never have gone away, but unfortunately, people are looking to advance and to create something new without realizing, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, for real.
Why are you fucking with this? So my first experiences with Saturday morning cartoons, of course, the 2.5 hour Bugs Bunny Roadrunner. I had the live action Shazam and Isis. There was Hanna-Barbera. We're talking Herculoid, Space Ghost, Mytor. Then you go into goodness, all the things from Sids and Croft, HR Puff and stuff, and then you had Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, Bigfoot and Wild Boy. You had shows like Big John, Little John, the kids from Caper. You had the Sentinels, which was a cartoon that was actually based off of the original Star Trek cartoon, which I watched that as well. Wow, I mean, I could go on.
Man, you guys had a lot, man. So if you had that, if that was your era, my era of Saturday morning cartoons was you had, of course, you had Ninja Turtles was on CBS. You had Ninja Turtles. You had damn, there was so many, bro. I'm trying to not name anything. Of course, you had the animated X-Men.
Of course.
Yeah, Batman was on during the weekdays. I remember I used to get out of school and then watch Power Rangers and watch Batman. That was my shit. Batman, Spider-Man, I think was on Saturday morning. The animated
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
That was the back in the day one. That was the 70s one. But we had it was just Spider-Man. I don't even think it was the Amazing Spider-Man.
It was Amazing Spider-Man.
I loved that. That was my favorite shit. Batman was my favorite of all time. That was my favorite animated series of all time. But Spider-Man is definitely a close second.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We also had shows like, we had Doug and you had Recess and you had
come on.
all of them shits. Like I used to love those shits too, bro. All of them.
Nickelodeon came in on clutch too.
It did. It really did. Yeah.
And don't forget Schoolhouse Rock. That's how
Schoolhouse Rock, ABC. I remember most of them shits, yo.
I remember all of them, man. Come on now.
It's so
Come
crazy.
on. That's how I learned about history and math and language arts and everything. They didn't call it English back then. It was language arts. So,
language arts. Yep. Language arts. Yep. We had to teach. Hey, Montel, we had to teach her, and we had to do the cursive writing and stuff like that. She had the little stupid Edward Scissorhands where you put the 3 pieces of chalk or whatever and scrape on the board. We back in the day, bro.
Yo, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. I'm like, I can write my name 3 times at once? Oh, shit. I want that. I want that.
For real. I remember that shit. Yo, language. Yo, we the last. I tell people this shit all the time. Yo, I'm 36 going on 40. The 80s kids is the last kids who are going to remember, truly remember what it was like to not have cell phones, not really have computers like that. We ain't had none of that shit. When we were really young, we was outside playing. We ain't have none of that stuff. That's it. We still had a house phone. I remember being on the house phone with my boy Mike. I remember being on the house phone talking to people for hours. Just on the house phone. Man.
I thought it was a big deal for Carl Wade. I thought Carl Wade was a big deal, man. Come
Hell
on, man.
Yeah.
Like, boop. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Mama, it's for you. Okay. Yeah, I'll call you back. That's a call from my mom. Okay, and just be done.
That's it. That's it.
That was
Couldn't get on the phone when people were on the internet when AOL and shit first came out.
Oh my God, yo.
People don't be remembering all that shit, bro.
Yo, the 56K baud modems, bro.
Remember that?
America Online and Netscape and oh, good grief. You had to get that disc to put America Online on there. You got
remember that? Yep.
Man,
you get a free disc in the mail.
See, nowadays, a lot of these young folk don't understand.
You're right.
And I think they forget that where you are right now is the finished product of where we came from. And
untangle that damn phone cord. For real, that cord get tangled up. You forget about it. Especially with them long motherfuckers that'll go around the house.
That turned into a dang on sport. Yeah, it turned into a sport. Like, okay, unplug the phone from the wall. We need to untangle this thing. And you just stretch it out. You go from your bedroom out to the garage or some shit. That's how long it is. Like, what the hell? Who are you
For
trying to
real.
call? Where? Brazil?
Yep. I remember that shit. I remember getting that cordless phone was like the greatest thing in the planet to happen,
Yo, if
bro.
you had a cordless phone in your house, you was rich.
That shit was crazy. I remember walking outside the phone, you hear that little static. Up too far.
Let me get back in the house.
Yep, get back in the house. I remember that shit. I remember all of that, bro.
Yo,
It's crazy that it wasn't that far. It wasn't that far away. Like,
Nope.
it's
It was
crazy,
funny,
man.
and another thing, I'll remember this as far as Saturday morning cartoons. This was sacred, and if some of y'all out here know this was back in, this had to be the 70s, and it stopped doing it mid 80s. When new cartoons were ready to come out in September, all of the networks would have a 1-hour preview of the upcoming new cartoons.
I remember that too.
That was, to me, that was our Academy Award. That was our shit. Because we were like, new cartoons? Okay. 8 o'clock at night, you sit in front of the TV and you get previews of the upcoming cartoons. Man, that was our shit.
Yeah, they used to do that with like TGIF as well. Like, when they had the seasons, the new series that were coming to TGIF. I remember sitting there with those, and they'd always have like the host would be like, some of the current actors or actresses that were on the show.
Yeah.
I used to love that shit too, bro. Damn, you just made me remember that one right there.
It's like, hi, do you like the Flintstones? Well, I think you really will like them because your favorite Hanna-Barbera characters will be in races around the world. Let's talk about wacky races. And then you see the trailer for the wacky races. It's like,
fucking awesome, man.
Oh my God.
And you'd wait for it, like you said. I remember how mind-blowing it was to have a phone in your car. Oh, yeah, remember that? Damn car phone?
Man, them things was just huge.
Yeah, big ass thing. That was like when I was still like really a kid. I wasn't even thinking about shit like that. I was watching these cartoons right here.
Same.
Yeah.
But there's a mystique that was with being a kid, and you can talk to a lot of people now and you say, what did you miss about being a kid? And they said being a kid.
Well,
I didn't want to grow up. I could care less about growing up. To me, I wanted high school to last longer. I wanted grade school to last longer.
Yeah.
But I went to the Navy when I was 18, and that's when I had to grow up.
Did you have any challenges like being in the Navy as kind of like with the blurred mentality, or did you have to have a kind of a different face that you were wearing while you were there?
I was me all the time. I was me. I was an awkward guy who could make you smile, that could have a conversation with you. And what's funny is in the Navy, I never came across anyone who disparaged what I love. In fact, I met more friends and more people that love the same things I love. And as time went on, my friend base grew because we shared a common interest. Mind you, we were in the middle of the ocean. We were defending freedom and democracy. We're going to different ports. We're being a part of different exercises. We're going to different countries and doing that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, I would have my Atari Lynx right there in my rack, playing my games on my Atari Lynx. Friend of mine come over and borrow mine. Okay, then we go over to the lounge where the TV is, set up the Nintendo, the NES, and we would all either play Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Wrestling, or anything like that. Yo, Tecmo Bowl was everything. That's when you were
I never played that.
Yo,
Tecmo
everybody
Bowl?
talk about Madden, bro. You don't know shit until you have taken a 2-button controller and you are playing your favorite team and you are cycling through each of the players so you can control. So that was a challenge.
I bet it was. Should have sounded like one.
Yo, bragging rights was so real, man. You see it during the day, it's like, the Cowboys got the 49ers tonight, right? Man, I'm about to beat your ass. And that's where he come right down in there, grab his stick. What's good? What's good? What's up? What's good? And that's when it was real.
Yeah.
But
I remember
that military time, there were so many of us who were kids at heart because we were away from home. And you found the people that loved gaming and comics and anime and things like that. And it was wonderful. Yeah. Not everybody was agreeable to it because they wanted you to be grown. Nigga, I'm trying to keep my sanity.
Yeah, bro, I can imagine, man. Especially like in the world that we're in today with like, I mean, it's always something going on. But there's definitely a lot of going on now. I'm pretty sure that people need things to just kind of, help relate You know, we talk about social media and stuff like that so much, and the advancements that it does, and the help that it does provide people, but it also does give people a level of you know, whether it be anxiousness or whatever, because you constantly just have to be in comparison. You know what I'm saying? Like, you constantly have to be in comparison with people if that you're seeing. Like, you see these people or whatever, you know, you're struggling, but this person, you remember what it was like when you went to school and maybe your family didn't have that much money, and then you go there and you see the kid that got the fucking Jordans and you know, the nice show clothes, and you're like, damn, now you're in comparison. You're like, damn, I wish I had that shit. I wish I had them toys that he playing with or whatever. But now it's like you don't even got to be in school. You just be in your house and you got an Instagram account or something like that. You scroll and you see people that's got all this shit. And you're like, why can't I get some shit? It's interesting, man.
I stopped being like that early in life because I sat there and I thought about it. It costs you money to do this. So now you have to have money to keep this up.
Yep.
And it looks like it could be really tiring. And unfortunately, people look at that as validation. If someone so-and-so has the latest kicks or the latest fit and they're on Instagram and they're just
all
you
day.
know, they take your flex don't mean shit to me, bro. Sis, your flex means shit to me. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know who you are. And because I don't know who you are, how are you relevant to my life? How are you relevant to my children, to my journey, to my passions? If you are not part of the group that I fucks with, I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah.
People are trying to emulate each other instead of creating their own path. You know, just carving out your own way through everything. I always say I never want to be famous. I want to be respected, and that holds true to this very day because I've taken the bruises and taken the bumps of what it meant to be bullied, to what it meant to genuinely get the shit beat out of you because you happen to like something and the kids come after school. Now, I'm not saying anything that people aren't going through their own struggles, but when did it stop where you did not have your own mind? That you didn't look at that and go, why am I worried about what you're calling me? I don't know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But unfortunately, people are so thirsty for validation. And even in the blur community, don't get me wrong, we're not perfect. It's not perfect. You meet someone that happens to like Power Rangers to a fanatical level, that anything that you say is wrong. There's that narcissism. And then they see that you don't know as much and they want to talk down on you. That's insulting. That's disparaging. No, we still combat that because there are idiots out there. There's idiots in every group.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and disparage you because I don't know as much about you as Power Rangers. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But
that shit do happen, bro. You hear it now, like, you know, one thing that they've been talking about now, which is starting to be like crazy to me, bro, because like, you know, comics and stuff, man. Stories when comics, man, they're so grand, man. It's not like there's like one story that's just like, it's hundreds of stories. It's different branches. There's different worlds and universe. The one that was big right now is they have arguments on TikTok all the time. Kratos versus Hulk. And you know, we all know Hulk, but people know so many different versions of Hulk, especially like now, the most recent is the MCU universe, you know, which people say it all the time, they nerfed the shit out of Hulk, man. I mean, they basically, you might as well just made him like fucking Captain America, because the Hulk is supposed to be, at a time when I was growing up, the Hulk is the strongest there is.
He was mindless. He was a mindless
savage.
It's absolute savage. And
he had so many different levels too. Yeah, and you remember the back in the day the Incredible Hulk TV show.
Yeah, Bill Bixby. I watched that every Friday night. I watched that every. Mr. McGee, you don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
That was such a good damn show, man. And when you look back at that, because of it was just what it was. But if you want to be real, they nerfed the Hulk. Even though Lou Ferrigno was like the real version, it was like awesome for its time.
Right.
This guy over here struggling to pick up the car. I'm like, bro, the Hulk would have just fucking.
But you know, but you know, like for what it was, you know, it was groundbreaking. It was our imagination and something that we're familiar with coming to life.
Yeah,
you know, they did the Spider-Man show. I love the Spider-Man show. It was campy. It was, but also remember that was a time where TV TV networks didn't have a lot as far as a budget. They work with what they had.
That's right. Yeah.
So I respected that. Nowadays, oh yeah, you can go crazy with CGI and AI and all this other BS. But back
For
then,
real.
I respected TV more because you work with what you had.
That's right. And there's a lot more character. One other thing I will say, like you said, the Spider-Man, the Wonder Woman, the just the $6 million man, and
Man, Steve Austin, come on.
so much. I'm right there, bro. I was watching the Bionic Woman. I watched all of that stuff. My parents put me on
Jamie
that.
Summers, let's go, man.
Bro, I used to watch all of that shit. Lost in Space. I was watching all of that shit.
The
But
Man
it's
from
crazy.
Uncle, I Spy.
Yeah. My mother loved I Spy. But it's just crazy, like you said, the character that they had in those things. I remember watching the first Captain America movie with the one that I saw. I think the one I saw was one with Dolph Lundgren, and I think that was the one. Yeah, and that Fantastic Four movie that they made. Oh man, that shit was crazy. But like you said, they had so much character, and they were trying with what they had. Man, it's like, you didn't have the stuff that you have now,
No,
or even back, a couple years back or whatever, which is interesting. But
the people,
I love it, man.
We have a lot of people who are gatekeepers now. Now, bear with me on this one.
Yeah.
Because the word gatekeeper was originally out, it originally meant protector. And a lot of people nowadays, they have taken that word and they have destroyed it. So anytime you hear the term gatekeeping, it has a negative connotation. And that's what drove me nuts, because like, wait a minute, gatekeepers back in the day were protectors of doorways and portals to prevent unauthorized stupid people from getting in.
Gotcha.
So we flip it now, where you hear the term gatekeeper, it's a stupid person trying to be an expert against somebody who's passionate to the point where it is just an absolute attack on them. So what I have done is, if you're that type of gatekeeper, I call you a basement virgin. So if I call you a basement virgin, that means you are still living with your mama. You still wearing the same Flintstone shirt. That means you don't know how to wash your ass half the time. And then you go to convention smelling like 3-day-old wet Hot Pockets.
Oh, I heard stories about that shit. I heard people say you walk to some of conventions and they will fucking smell like you went to a cave or something like that.
Yo, they smell like divorce and misery, bro. They smell like
horrible.
They like smell like you got turned down for a date for the prom, and then you had a cold fish fillet for lunch or some shit.
Damn.
But there are basement virgins in the community as well. Those are the ones who call themselves trying to keep the wrong people from being a part of it. But who assigned you to be the authority?
That's actually a really interesting perspective there, because you do hear about that, because you, like you said, like, a lot of times there are the division where people will kind of dislike you for what you like you want to be the kids playing Dungeons and Dragons, and people will feel like you're less of because of that, for whatever fucking reason. But to be on the other side, because I've heard that as well. I don't know if I've ever experienced it, but I've heard people say like, oh, you're not a whatever. That's probably why I kind of have a complex of like, damn, am I a nerd? I don't even fucking know, because I like everything that they like, but I don't feel like I fit the same kind of category or something like that until I'm talking with people. I'm like, yeah, well, I love talking to people about stuff that I love, and they love it too. And it's the classifications just fuck you up, especially with this kind of genre, man.
Yeah,
not like jocks. It's different.
But see, categorizing to me is passe. It's stupid. Categorization only occurs with people who want to separate people, who want to segregate people. No, stop trying to segregate me. I'm an anime fan and a comic fan. You're going to try and put me in both. Yeah, I'm in both groups. You can't tell me I'm either anime or comics. I'm going to tell you, fuck you, because I like both.
Yeah, why can't you like both? I mean, what the fuck is like a rule of all times or something like that?
And I don't get it. And it's even worse for those of color against those disparaging basement virgin white people, as I call them, the napkins from hell. Because
I'm gonna clip that shit for sure.
I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray to the Almighty. Lord, forgive me for what I have said. But the bounty paper towels of the world are trying to clean up stupid shit. And it drives me crazy, because it's not a race thing. It's never been a race thing. But some people make it racial, like cosplay. There are characters in comics that were essentially white people. But our melanated folks, whether it's black, Asian, Hispanic, do the same thing, kill it. You know the ones that has the most problems with it? The napkins from hell who can't claim anything whatsoever.
Bro. I mean, you're speaking volumes right now, especially in the time of, the last one that just came out was the Little Mermaid movie. And when they made Ariel, that was the biggest mistake. No, she's not. She's a fish, if anything. I'm trying to claim some shit.
Yo, lost their fucking mind. And I even got to an argument with somebody about that too. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
What's wrong with y'all, man?
It's everything. Fantasy can be anything.
Just let it rock, yo.
Exactly. Just let it rock. If that's what's being done, and it's done respectfully, and we get to show the next generation that it can be done, then let it be.
Yeah, I firmly agree. Let me ask you, Montel, and we're gonna jump into your collection. We'll be talking forever. This is my shit. Okay, on that topic, because I firmly agree with you. The one thing I don't like, though, and I will admit, I don't like when they try to take a character and change the character that we have kind of been attached to a degree, and try to make it a completely different thing. I'm one of the ones where it's like, if you have a black Superman, okay, let's say you do have a black Superman,
and there is,
I would rather you have the black Superman. It doesn't have to be taken over. If you want to retell the story, it's different ways you could do it, different universe, different this or whatever. But I do like the history behind, Superman, or I do like the history behind Bruce Wayne. I do like the history behind. So it's like, if you do take that history and just change it and be like, okay, well, we're just going to change it and not go a different direction, or not say it's this, or not explain it in any type of way, it does kind of make me like, damn, well, what happened to what I knew growing up and watched or whatever. Right. I'm still down, but I would just like the explanation. I would just like the extra. Is he in a different universe? There's a reason why Clark Kent is now a black man from fucking South Bronx, or did something happen? I don't know. I've been watching them for years. So I do understand that part. You know what I'm saying? I would just like more of a foundation built for the character, not just I'm going to change it for a narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's in that level. I'm sure you could respect that as
Oh, absolutely.
The storytelling part of it is important to me.
The biggest problem with that, and I've seen this over the years, and we talk about it on Blerd's Eye View a lot, is the studios, the people in charge of telling the stories. They don't want to do that. They want to create their own iteration of a character, and they won't use the source material. In fact, the majority of the people who write these characters aren't comic fans. They're just doing it so that they can make money, create a character, get everybody hyped, and get them in the theaters so they can make money and have their golden parachute. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
You're right. There are a lot of characters who we've seen their origin stories and look and go, that's what?
For real?
No. Classic example. Did you watch Black Lightning when it was on the CW?
That's the only one I haven't watched. I've watched everything else from fucking Smallville to everything else Flash. I did not watch Black Lightning. It was over too fast before I can get into it, because I was over there watching everything else, and I just missed that one.
I love Black Lightning. Here's one of my favorite characters. He's one of my favorite characters in DC. Love Black Lightning. He is a classic example of a hero who wasn't trying to save the world. He was just trying to protect his block.
Yeah.
Okay. And, Jefferson Pierce was that guy. You go to the show, same concept, but they focus more on him being in a community, and he happened to have superpowers, but he had a trauma from using them from before. And I said, that's brilliant. And then the CW said, we need to change it. Why? Why are we changing it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And a lot of people who didn't like it, they said it was too slow. It wasn't dramatic enough. And as I said, that's just an indicator of the generation now. They want the pop. They want the explosions. Quick.
Yeah.
I want to
build.
I want the fucking story. I want the build up. So when we get to that cataclysmic conclusion, I am beyond satisfied, because I have walked this journey from day one. to this character,
Definitely.
just like Lovecraft Country.
See, that's another one I haven't watched yet.
Ooh,
I haven't watched that yet either.
sir.
They cancel the shit so fast, bro. And as soon as I see it's got like one season, I'm like, all right, fuck it, I can just watch it whenever. I hate getting into something and then I can't like enjoy it.
I recommend Lovecraft Country unequivocally.
Yeah.
Storytelling, character development. It was an all black. It was a majority ethnic cast.
Yeah.
The showrunner was black. The producer was black. HBO said, "Oh no, we can't have a character," and canceled it.
Yeah, I don't know why, bro. Just like Luke Cage. Luke Cage was so damn good. I don't know why they sat there. It started to fall off a little bit towards the end where he got the suit and became the owner of the club and all that shit or whatever. But I was still interested in the story, man. I love what they did with what the hell was the guy's name he fought?
Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth. No, not Cottonmouth. The other guy, the Jamaican dude that was kicking his ass. Yeah, Pushmaster. Yeah. That, I mean, it was such a good concept, and I don't think people were like, expecting Luke Cage to be that good. But I love that shit, man.
A new character coming out of the blue that I have to say this, and you can relate to this as much as anything. Bringing more new characters is great. Tell the story right. Tell the story right.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a modification, make a slight modification, but tell the story right. Because now you're doing a disservice to the generation now, because what they see, they're going to take for gospel, and they're too lazy to do the research back in the day. Remember the movie The Eternals?
Oh yeah. I didn't watch that one. I saw parts, but I didn't watch all of it. But I heard, they said really bad shit about it.
Yeah, but see, that was because most of the people who had something shitty to say knew nothing about the history of these characters, and the people running the show, running the movie, did not do their research.
Yeah,
I loved the movie for what it was. I enjoyed it, but I knew this was not the true Eternals. Back in the day, when we saw the Eternals in the comics, they were larger than life. And then y'all just shifted over here, and you wasted an opportunity to make it bigger and better.
Yeah.
There were a lot of shows that came and went that did not get their shine.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the problem too, because like even with the Eternals, I mean, it's like there's so much going on around it. That's kind of like that's the issue I have with wrestling a lot of times. The issue it's like they're trying to do so much, man. Like all of these, like sideways characters, whether you have Spider-Man movies, you got a whole bunch of Spider-Man movies, but then you have a Venom movie. Like, why the fuck is Venom on a standalone picture? Like, Black Adam was the most recent one that they did. Why? You know what I'm saying? They're putting out Spider-Man, the Spider-Woman, Madam Web or whatever they're calling it. They're already predicting that that's going to be a box office flop, man. It hasn't even come out yet. But I mean, when you see it, you have to see if it's a good movie or not. But the thing is, to me, it doesn't generate enough interest because you're doing so much in the world, but it's not connected. For me, I like when shit is connected, bro. If I were a Spider-Man movie, I'm ready to see Spider-Man and Venom. I'm ready to see Black Adam and Shazam. I don't want to see Shazam fighting some whatever people, and then I got Black Adam over here that he's supposed to be fighting. I don't want to see the Joker movie and then see Batman over here. No, man, stop playing with me. I've been watching shit my whole life.
Marvel spoiled us in the cinematic world. They spoiled us, but they put the benchmark of how to tell a story and how to connect every character.
Yeah, they really did. Because that end game and everything with Thanos and everything was incredible, bro.
Yeah,
all of that shit was incredible.
It was amazing, and it was what, a 10-year, 25 movie run.
Yeah.
But good storytelling is not quick, and that's unfortunately what a lot of this generation doesn't understand. I love the Lord of the Rings. I loved all the movies. I read J.R.R. Tolkien. I read it. Yeah, shout out to the book nerds. Let's go. So when I saw the movie, I was transfixed because they had details in the movie that were in the book. But most people who want that quick flash excitement, they were like, oh, this is boring. This is so dull. When are you going to get to XYZQRS? Bitch, leave.
Yeah, for real, man. No, you're absolutely right about that. You see it with a lot, when you got people who Game of Thrones,
Mm-hmm.
Walking Dead. For me, the Walking Dead show put me on the comics. I was actually, when I used to drive
Yep.
my truck, I was listening to the comics on YouTube. And I was listening to all the comics from the beginning or whatever on YouTube and listening to like the actual story and like the differences. So it's like, a show can, do the exact opposite and put you into the comics and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's really insane. But Montel, listen, like I said, we'll be talking all damn day, bro. But I enjoyed this a lot, man. I wanted to ask you, like, because I'm pretty sure, just out of curiosity, man.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of collections. What was like some of your early on collectibles that you were getting, besides your comic books?
Ooh, goodness. Wow, that's actually pretty tough.
Yeah.
My comics have been the core of everything that I have. A lot of things I have are connected to memory or connected to experiences, things like that. Like, if you look behind, I don't know if you guys can see it beyond the microphone. Hold on. See if I move up a little bit there. There we go. There we go. I have every badge from San Diego Comic-Con that I've attended from 2006 all the way to last year.
Oh, damn, that's awesome.
I have been every year except for 3 years since 2006.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of my prize collections right there.
Yeah.
I've got cards from card games that no longer are around. I've got Funko Pops. But my comics,
yeah, everybody loves them shits now. They made them commercial.
But they're dope though.
They are super dope.
But I'm not a fanatic like a lot of my friends, like Afro Cocoa Puffs. That's my niece right there. Love her to death. But that woman is a fanatic for Funko Pops. Goodness, her and her man, I love them both. But good grief, every time I've chatted with her, her whole wall is nothing but Funkos. I'm sitting there going, it's gonna fall on her head one day.
I love them things because I love how they interact with the lesser known like characters or even like pieces or whatever. Like I love stuff like that because you think about it all the time. It's another action figure brand out there. They have the smaller action figures and they'll have like really really detailed pieces. Like I think one time it was like the burrito that John ate or something like that in the movie, or they just had a little piece of a burrito just in the package with the background. I love shit like that, man. I love collectibles. So that's why it's like when I look at your collection and stuff, like one of my biggest, prize pieces that I have is my movies. And I started collecting movies when I was probably about 10 years ago. And I might have like over 1,000 movies at this point. But yeah, it's just fun to have, man. People say shit like, oh, it's a dying, whatever. But I don't have it because I think I'm going to be watching it every day. These should sit here all the time.
Yeah, it's not a flex. It just shows you how much you love what it is you love.
Yeah.
Straight up. I have 2018, they had a DC Comics had an event in Washington, DC called DC and DC. This was the weekend of my birthday. And I went with Hilton George, the CEO of Blerdicorn.
Oh, okay.
Good friend of mine, really good friend of mine. That's why I'm on the staff for BLERD. I run the tabletop games for BLERD, so I'm a department head for the con.
Oh, okay.
And it's a blast. I've been there since day one. So he invited me along, and I tell you, it was a blast. We got to see the world premiere of Black Lightning. We got to see the world premiere of Gotham by Gaslight, one of DC's animated universe, which is unparalleled. No one can touch anything from the DC animated universe.
At all. Yeah. What's your favorite? What's your favorite? I gotta always ask.
Oh, Justice League Gods and Monsters.
That's your favorite one? That's a good one. My favorite one of all time, in my opinion, one of the greatest superhero movies ever is War, man.
I knew you were going to say Justice League War. I knew you were going to say that.
I love that movie. Man.
Why am I not surprised? But that was amazing, though.
It was so well done. Like I wish they would have just took that and just made the damn Justice League movie off of it, bro. It would have been like the greatest shit in the planet.
Same. I agree with you. But once again, that's when you see where the love is for the source material.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't translate over to a movie because there'd been some bald-headed dude talking about, I can direct this one just fine. Meanwhile, this joker ain't seen a cartoon first, read a comic book first. Really? Okay, so fuck you. Okay.
Yeah. I was so mad at that. But War is my shit. I like Gods and Monsters too. I also like what the hell is the other one? I don't be knowing the names of everything, bro. Yeah, we'll talk. There's another we'll talk all day on. I love Flash Paradox, Flashpoint
Flashpoint
Paradox.
Paradox. Yeah.
I love that one.
I love the Flashpoint storyline. Flashpoint is one of my favorite comics.
Yeah. Such a great story of like, to
Mhm.
really detail just like, the powers of the Flash, man. People don't realize how powerful the fucking Flash is with the Speed Force and everything like that, and the different versions of the Flash. That was the thing I think the TV show did a really good job of kind of
Oh,
detailing into that a little more.
shout out to Grant Gustin for creating our Barry Allen. He
Yes.
was our not Ezra Miller.
No.
Grant Gustin was that was
Yeah.
our Flash. And
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah, he did
this is,
amazing, man.
this is when you realize how tone deaf the industry is. You have a man who, for 8 seasons, defined who Barry Allen was,
For real.
but you end up going for this nutcase over here, and you
Yeah.
put him in the movie, and I've been like, bitch, seriously?
Yeah. I'm so glad they're redoing that because they got and DC is one of my favorites, bro. Like I said, Batman and Batman is pretty much like number one of all time. For me, I'm one of them motherfuckers who people get mad at because I'm like, listen, Batman will find a way. Don't play with me. I don't care who we fighting. The Beyonder, I don't give a fuck who we fighting. Batman will find a way.
Justice League
Doom, yeah, exactly. Having everybody shit, you just know I don't give a fuck. I take all y'all the fuck out. Batman is another level, man. I got my shit ready for all y'all motherfuckers. No,
He
you don't, Batman.
literally knows how to
Bruh.
take every last one of you motherfuckers out inside in case y'all go rogue. And it's like,
Bro.
oh shit.
He's a beast, man. He's a fucking beast. But Montel, bro, listen, it's been really, really fun having you on, man. Like I said, this is my field, this is my realm. Any conversation that I have where I can just talk openly about movies and comics and different stuff like that. I really wish as a kid I got into reading comics more because what I did was as I got older, I was actually getting the stories more. Like I'm a big fan of variant comics on YouTube. I learned a lot of stuff from Arias Quiones. I love that dude. I follow him on what's it called? And I just stay engaged, man. I love that shit. Nice. But
well, then you got me now, so you be like, yo, Montel, can I get a suggestion?
For real. Yeah, for real, definitely to have. But man, shout your show out. Oh, listen, damn, I don't think I got it. We'll do it next time. I'm definitely gonna have you back on. But yeah, we play a game. We do Straight Off the Dome. And we play a game. We answer 4 questions and stuff like that. We're gonna get into it. I'm getting back into the web show here. Beeline, I really hope you guys enjoyed this conversation, man. I know a lot of people can relate. A lot of you guys, even when we talking about different things, I know I post stuff and people jump into it right away when it comes to this realm. But Montel, shout your show out, man. Shout everything you're doing out real quick.
Oh wow. First of all, thank y'all for showing me so much love. B, as always, man, since day one, yo, this dude is legit, y'all, for real. Y'all tell your friends about him and to tell your friends, to tell the other friends that the friends, to remind the other friends about these friends so they can come watch him. Because this cat is going places. He's going places, and I'm happy to have been here. If y'all want to find me, I'm across social media under Navy Montel. I kept it simple. I am on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. My YouTube channel I'm starting to do some things now. So the channel is definitely going to be refreshed and revitalized. Instagram, I answer DMs. I'm not famous. If you want to say hi, I will say hi back. No problem. The convos, I'll be coming back with some more guests. So just keep an eye out on IG. Since now we can use StreamYard with Instagram. It's actually pretty dope. But I will assure you guys, it's best to come to StreamYard if you want to interact because IG still ain't got their shit together.
Yeah, and get your shit together, okay? Because we're trying to make moves over here. I'm over here still trying to fucking do it. I'm gonna keep checking if I'm doing it right or not.
Everybody is going through that struggle.
I have
IG on one screen. I got StreamYard over here. I'm going, oh, okay. Hey, come over here. Well, yeah, hey, come over here. And there's a 12-second delay on IG. 12 seconds.
Interesting.
So. But I appreciate the love, and I tell everybody, please do me a favor. Just show love to all of our Blerd creators out here. Yes. They have a business. They're creating content. They're cosplaying. They're having a conversation. Show them love and support them because don't expect the next guy to do it. You got to be that one. And as always, stay nerdy, stay geeky, and stay sexy.
That's right. And of course, Beeline, listen, thank you guys so much. Listen, we're going to be back tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow is WTW Wrestle Talk Wednesday. We got commission talks at 5. And of course, we got Straight Through the Ropes, STR, at 9 p.m. Listen, it's been a fabulous conversation. I really loved comics and everything. Hope you guys really enjoyed everything too if you was geeking out with us over here. But until next time, we going to stay true, stay positive, pay attention. And make sure you stay true to yourself, man. That's one of the biggest things I really enjoyed about this conversation here today. Navy Montel, man, I hope you have a great night, bro. Beeline, I love you guys so much. Have a great night as well.